getting one of those dogs placed is a miracle. And the reason why there's so many is because we, in particular, our rescue, we deal with a lot of like feral dogs and shutdown dogs. So feral and shutdown dogs are dogs that are super unsocialized with people for whatever reason, right? Um, but these are the dogs that you can't touch them when they arrive. They're like wild animals. And so I have a special love for those. I don't know why that is, but I have a special love for working with those particular kind of dogs. Somebody reached out to us from Yakima, and said, we have a pair of feral dogs here, Thelma and Louise. I don't know who came up with that. Thelma and Louise. And they are so feral. They were taken to, I believe, Tacoma Humane, and nothing could be done with them. And obviously, they were never going to get adopted in that state because they were just curled up like little statues in the corner of their concrete cell, and just completely untouchable, unmanageable. And I worked with those girls, and our cadre of volunteers worked with those girls for months and months and months. And um, we ended up finding them a really wonderful home together also, which is kind of unheard of. Getting one of those dogs placed is a miracle. Getting them placed together in a home, oh my gosh, it was a celebration. But it's those little wins that you get along the way that brought me so much joy. The first time I walked into their space, and, Thelma would give me the tiniest little tail wag, and I'd be like, oh, she's happy to see me. Or, the first time that she would take a treat from my hand, or the first time that, she would get up rather than being pancaked on the floor. Like, all of these things, these little wins brought me so much joy. And I remember the first time that I had taken them outside and introduced them to a world that they probably had never seen. I was crying, from a dog who'd never seen the sun, never walked on grass, in this dark little horse stall, just completely forgotten by the entire world,
Hmm.
is now living his best life.